Ladies and gentlemen, finally after 10 minutes we were able to get game number 2 here on the way. It is WhiteRa against Naama. And WhiteRa is currently up 1-0, winning a base trade with superior control of his Blinkstalkers Colossi army against Naama. And now they are playing on Scrap Station. Zelnaga Kevins was the map choice by WhiteRa. Scrap Station it is for Naama. We got Naama. Here at the left location is the green Terran player, and he's one of the few Terran players who actually prefers to play as the green Terran. I know a lot of players like to play as purple, like Star, like Goody. A lot of players like to play as red Terran, like Tarzan, for example. And a lot of people like to play as the yellow player, like Kaz, like Happy, like Beastie. But green Terran players, not so much. So, and yeah, WhiteRa here on the right side with Naama and WhiteRa talking a little bit about the ladder. And yeah, WhiteRa, he plays a lot of ladder games. I mean, before this game started, the series started against Naama, he was still playing some ladder games. That's why we were playing a little bit of Star, Jeweled, Bejeweled, whatever this game was exactly called, against Naama and stuff. So we see Naama going for the barracks. Now the refinery is finished. Some SCVs are already in there. Let's take a look at this gateway. It is about to finish in the next 10-15 seconds. The simulator as well. So nothing too fancy here for both players. And now the question will be, is it going to be a 2-0 or will Naama be able to tie up the series here? Of course, Scrap Station is a map which is still used compared to other maps which are in the map, like Blistering Sands, like Delta Quadrant, and like the old Lost Temples. Look like a lot of lava is going around, so I'm going to join in there as well. And Cybernetics Core finishing here for WhiteRa. Triple saying we might see some special tactics. And let's just see what about the factory here. So factory it actually is for Naama. We don't see any upgrades here on the tech lab. So let's just see why he's got the tech lab in the first place. Of course, the answer is Marauder, including the concussive shell. So one single marine is out here, of course. Now, actually two marines. Now those two marines are in a little bit of trouble because they are getting attacked by the zealot and by the probe at the same time. So there we see Stalker is moving out for WhiteRa as well. Of course, a Zealot can be in a little bit of trouble here. What about the HP of those Marines? One Marine is at 5 HP, but now with the Marauder out and with the Concussor Shell finished pretty soon, the Zealot will not be able to do too much damage, but the Probe, who already got one kill, was not able to get the second kill here, and now this Marine is still alive with 3 HP. Stalker, of course, is not going to attack in there. Just checking here at the Zelnaga watchtower, so got vision up to this area, so he knows when he's going to get attacked there. This robotics facility just finished for WhiteRa. What will his follow-up be play? And I think we might see a warp prism here once again, because he's just adding 3 more warp gates. Not just yet. Oh, is he going for an expansion? Is he? Yes, he is. He's got enough minerals, so he should go for an expansion right now. But I still think we can see some warp prism play, because with 3 gates, just loading those up, we can do quite a little bit. And yes, someone is pinging on the map right now. And there we see Naama is moving in with his first attempt of units. He's got the 2 Marauders, he's got the Hellion, and the 2 SCVs as well, but now pulling back. He didn't think he was able to do too much damage here in that regard. Maybe he just wanted to show his units in order to force WhiteRa to make any unnecessary units, but there is the Observer moving over here. and the Observer will spot the starport, the Observer will spot the tech lab. And I mean, Naama, he did spot the robo facility, and he did not cancel the cloak, he did not cancel the Banshee, so he still wants to go through with this. And WhiteRa, the smart player, he is going for a second Observer just right away, so he's got not only Observers in his opponents in Naama's base, but in his own base, maybe in his own natural as well. So I would really like him to get at least 3 Observers just to be sure. And someone is just not behaving. What do we have here? I'm not so sure who is in this here, who is making this. But of course, pinging once is not acceptable, and pinging even more not as well. Of course, here on Battle.net, it's not that easy just to start a game, because people can join in on other people, and sometimes you just have those idiots on your real ID who will just join those game ninja style. And anyway, let's just focus a little bit more on this Banshee, who was just basically able to accomplish nothing, still at 0 kills. So we see a second Banshee being built by Naama. Yes, we do there the second Banshee is, and because of the fact that Naama decided to go for 2 more barracks, looks like he wants to go for some sort of all-in play. So barracks, siege tanks, Marines, no Raven there incorporated in this build. I would really like to see a Raven, but maybe because of the fact that he opened up with the Banshees, he was not too successful in that regard. So now WhiteRa knows that those rocks are undetected. Nice animations, by the way. And he needs to do something about it. Let's see, how many units does WhiteRa have? He's got 7 Stalkers, 6 Zealots, 1 Sentry, and that's basically about it. Against 16 Marines, even more SCVs here, repaired Banshees with a cloak, the tanks with the siege tanks. Now 1 tank sieging up, not all of those. And let's see what and if how much damage he will be able to do with this Colossi. Of course, the Banshees will help out a great deal here in that regard, and Naama slowly has to push forward here, maybe send some Marines over here to the Nexus. It would be a smart thing to do. Is he going to scan? Is he going to take out those Observers? Looks like he is not. The tanks taking the Zealots here instead of the Colossi, now focusing down the Colossus. Colossus is going down, and looks like Naama is in a good position here, slowly continuing to advance with his units. WhiteRa here on the 4 gates, able to make just more units, going for a scan. The Observer is still alive because he had to pull back because of the Stalkers. Now there we see some Marines finally in the natural of WhiteRa, and looks like 1 base play is successful here for the moment. WhiteRa tries to stay here on the high ground, some more Zealots being walked in at the natural, but it's not looking too good for him. The siege tank still helping out a little bit, and Naama, meanwhile, he's not mining much, but he's still mining enough in that regard. And with his robo going down, even though the Colossus was coming out of the robo just 1 second before it went down, it was still enough. WhiteRa is so much behind here. Let's just take a look at the harvester count. It is 10 SCVs against 26 probes still, but the army advance, advantage for the army is still on the side for now, and taking out this Colossus as well. And I think we might see a GG here pretty soon. And indeed, GG is called, and like all the other matches today, once again we're going full distance here on the Black Dragon lead. So congratulations to Naama taking over the second game. So he was tying up series against Naama and against WhiteRa, so he looks like he's in a good PvT mood today.